all, welcome to the live podcast with me Sonia from the live podcast media. So if you haven't been with me before, now you know me. And we are on the economy creator economy. So this is a great chance for me to meet you all today, and I try to check all of the destination of my live streaming. I try like LinkedIn, but it's it looked work before, but now I cannot see myself on LinkedIn. It seems I don't know. Yep, let me check because it was connected but not on my studio. So here we go. Yes, it should. It was on the event but not connected yet. It was on the event but not live streaming. Okay, it doesn't matter, but I'm here. Thank you so much for being with me all this time, with all of the supports and comments and also suggestion, advice, and also the motivation I needed. And thank you Barbara Tomlin for the like on my live streaming today, so I can go live streaming because of our sponsors Blueberry, Ecam, and then also Bioscience Bridge and Piece of Cake, voiceovers and focus, and also expert in you. All of these amazing brands and people support me on the live streaming. So yes, not starting on the LinkedIn, I guess, but I see myself on Facebook and Instagram, so you can watch me there on live podcast media. And today we are going to talk about something that has been bothering me also as a content creator but also as a brand. This is like a classic dilemma in the modern marketing, right? So brand to content vs content to brand, which one that we should do first, which one is the right one for us, and which one are you? Maybe you are starting from brand, and then after having the brand you create the content, or you starting from creating the content and then you build your brand based on your content and then your needs, and not only the needs but also the market that you enter from your content. If you are an influencer, maybe it might be good for you if you create the content first, then you build your brand. It depends, maybe you have already defined your needs before, so you know which market you would like to approach, or you create your own market. Let's talk about it, shall we? So here we go. Yes, it is like the analogy of uh, chickens with the eggs, or the eggs that become chicken. So which one are you? Which one you like? Actually, uh, for me myself, I started to be the chicken, the brand. I created the brand first, and then I create the content after the brand, because it took some time for me to create the right brand for myself, and knowing the people who already uh, follow me or also support me, and then also cooperate with me or help me to build my brand. And then after that I create content around it, right, so that I can be here to share with you how I started. So yeah, if you consider that your brand is the chicken and your content is the egg, that 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 was me. So there are many benefits but also weaknesses, right? And then the challenges if you start with the brand and then you create content after the brand. But then for me it has much more benefits, and I don't know, maybe it is easier for me, right? Because at that time I didn't have any product first. So I think by creating the brand, I have the products, right? at that time the products are not for making money. So yeah, just would like to know the experts in their industries, and then I interview them, creating the virtual event, something like that. But I didn't have anything to sell. That's why at that time my purpose or my goal wasn't that big like people today. When they create content, they know how to monetize it. They have the framework, they have the pathway to monetize their content, right? But not with me at that time. My purpose or my goal was like to be more confident in front of the camera, because I'm very very bad in front of the camera. You know that I'm an introvert, so not easy for me to face the camera. I speak better on the stage, but I don't do it anymore for the time being to be on the stage. So yeah, my purpose at that time was to know people, to build a connection with them, to build a network. That's why. So it depends on my performance in front of the camera, and also my communication with the experts out there. Luckily, I was surrounded by the people who really really support me, and yeah, they are very very positive people. Even though some people were not nice at the beginning. Maybe I have already shared this story at the beginning, that people, what is it, complaining about my English, my pronunciation, something like that. But yeah, I just kept going at that time because it wasn't my purpose. I think this is my English, Sonia's English. It's not an American English or a British English or Australian English, but then the right people who understand me are with me. They come, uh, of course it took time, but it comes anyway, right? They come to support me. So at the first time I started my brand, right? At that time with our coaching universe, because I was still into coaching world at that time. So I built that brand, but then I see myself, I would like to grow. It's not only about coaching, it's not only about consulting. I would like to grow into the live streaming and then also podcasting, right? So because the people I know, the people I learned from, most of them are coaches before, but then it grows in my connection, my network grows into live streaming and podcasting. I interview many experts in podcasting also. So, and I love them, even though I had my own voice in the podcast or video podcast, right? So the strategy that I have is like, I decided who I was, right? Then I share my message. I didn't have big goals in live streaming. It was only because I would like to be confident in front of the camera, not afraid to the camera, because it seems that I've been afraid to the camera since I was a child. So not easy for me to share what I feel or what I think of in front of the camera, right? And then yeah, then the content that I create becomes the marketing of my brand. So that's how I started. If you ask me which one that come first, the chicken or the eggs. Even though the chicken at that time, I have no couple. I mean, I have no team or other people who support me to create the eggs together, right? Maybe the eggs are not fertile or becomes the baby of the chicken, but it can become the chicken or the product right now. So I think it's because of the support of those people and also the sponsors, of course. So talking about the sponsors, thank you to Perry and Mike from Blueberry, and also the late Todd Cochran, of course, who supported me a lot before, and then also Kathy Fox from eCamp, and Mark Stinson from Bioscience Bridge, and Jody Pranger from Piece of Cake Voice Hours and Focus, and Ann Carden from Expert in You. So let's continue our discussion about brand to content, create content to brand, which one is the right one for you. Actually, there is no right or wrong in this case, right? It's just bring different outcomes, so it depends, what would you like to build first. So okay, in the business term, let's talk about business a little bit, because anyway you will build the business from your content, or your content will build the business for you, right? So it will be great. And yes, it can be both ways. Actually, the chicken can be the brand, or the chicken can be the product, or the chicken can be the media, and then the egg become the not only products but also your content, for example. So because of the depending which one you choose, you can build any kind of business, different type of business, right? And also you can build your own uh, audience, different audience, and then how you monetize it, right? Based on your audience, maybe you have your own needs, or maybe like me, because I didn't know my needs at that time, so I joined many workshops and many, how to call it at that time, challenge, right? To recognize our needs, but then the people who come first are the experts. So actually they are not my needs, but they are the ones who help me to shape my needs, right? To shape my market because of them, that I learn from them. So okay, uh, we are going to discuss which one grows faster and which one makes more money. In my case, I already mentioned, because I haven't monetized everything yet in the way that I want to. I mean, I build the brand first and then the content after that. Then I need to learn from you all how to do it correctly. But I have my own brand already right now, right? So, and then which one is safer? It depends if you want to go in a safe mode or a safe way, or you want to grow fast with more risks and responsibility and consequences, for example. And which one that scales into your media company. If you would like to build a media company like me, it's not really a company that has legals or something like that. What I mean is like the framework that I use. I would like to mention it like a company thinking, or the company way of thinking. So I would like to build my framework in media, or build my brand in the media, then it will be easier for me, and I love it. So it's not about a company which has many staffs or a big team, not like that, because I would like to delegate my work to virtual assistant, for example. So they are my team. They are the chickens who work with me. So, and the chicken and egg analogy again, we return to that. As I mentioned before, both can work. It depends uh, how you build your pattern, right? If you get the chicken or if you get the egg first. Maybe if you have a store that, what is it, sells chicken, and then after that you would like to build a farm from it, it, it can work too, right? Still they will produce the chickens and the products and or the brands after that. So you have different brands than your store, for example, but also you can have your chicken first. For example, if you are a businessman, already have your brand, and then you build your content. After that, you see Mr. Beast, for example. At that time, Mr. Beast create content first. I think, yeah, content first, but then uh, the products come after, right? It's the same with most of the influencers, but then it depends what kind of influencers you would like to be. For example, if you are the vlogger for lifestyle hotels, luxurious hotel, luxurious lifestyle, you can do that also. Or you, and then you get the endorsement, something like that, or the sponsorship, and then you review the hotels and other what is it, amazing lifestyle, for example. Or you become a food vlogger, and then you have the what is it, the sponsors, and also you create your products, or people come to you and want you to promote them, their products, or you become their brand ambassador. That can work too. So which one are you? And this is a great way to start our content actually. Which one is easier? If you have the brand and then you build the content around it after that, uh, or if you have the content and you attract brands, or you create your brand after that. So if the chicken produce eggs, and then I think it is much more better if you are a consultant or agencies, or B2B company, or B2B agent can be also. And then you provide premium service, right? So also, do not forget, if you feel that you are the expert, or you are a coach and consultant, I think it is better for you, because you already have the brand, you have your expertise, so that you can create the content around your expertise and even expand it. Or if you are an influencer, you can invite other influencer to the cooperation, right? Build your network, and then the content will attract those brands, or you can create your own brand. There are many bloggers, especially chefs. They produce their own brand also, right? After their content go viral, for example. But then, yeah, there are weaknesses and then also challenges if you start your brand first, not the content, right? So if you are the egg, for example, you start with the egg first, and then to have the brand, it's I think it is much more better for influencers, as I mentioned, but also you are a content creators, maybe YouTubers, and then also media channels. And if you build your community, it means that you grow your audience first, and then the products comes later, right? The products come later. So why most influencers start with content? I mean, because first they don't need uh, clarity that much. What I mean is like they still create content. They even can produce the same content as the for as the viral content available out there. Then they start to have the positioning after that. So first they don't need to have offers or products, but they just started posting, especially yeah, I see many influencers do that, right? But then the weakness is like you get the attention, but I think you have less authority, because you uh, generate a lot of content. Sometimes you follow the trend. That's what I mean, not your own content. So you have the idea from the viral content and you follow the trend, for example. You get views, but then you cannot convert it, right? You cannot monetize it from the certain what is it, brand or product that you create. But then it will be great also, because most of the influencers only create the content, but they can monetize it already from the content itself. I don't know if you do the advertisement or you follow the algorithm or something like that, but then it will be easier also because the other brand will approach you because you start to be famous, you start to go viral, and people love your content, something like that. So, but then why I mentioned before, like the business start with the brand because I know who I would like to serve, I know what I would like to sell, and why I am here with you. So, of course, I don't need to rely on the algorithm or use the what is it, the trend or something like that. But then I have my plan. I would like to have my strategy also. I would like to implement it. Which one is better for me? And then maybe the weakness is also the follower is slower than if you create content first and then build your brand. That is the weakness of starting the brand first, not the content first, right? So content first grow is maybe you have the fast followers, you have the fast revenue, but then not exactly the brand that you would like to aim. Sometimes different brand, different products that you would like to promote are not there for you or approach you. Maybe they even have more and more from the other brand that you least expected, you know what I mean? But that happen, and sometimes it is a surprise, so that it will grow your content also, right? Then you have more ideas to create more content because you work with different brands, something like that. Mark Stinson, thank you so much for tuning in now. How are you? I will make my schedule again so that we can talk again about the content creation in the creator economy. So I'm happy that you are here. Let's continue. Oh my god, already 30 minutes, almost 30 minutes. I'm still on the studio with you. Thank you so much. And I have already mentioned you, Mark, as my sponsor, my supporter. Thank you so much. So, as I mentioned that if we start with the brand, we are not depending on algorithm, right? The same with me. But then now I would like to build my media framework, my media network. So of course I have to combine these two. It's like the hybrid model from the chicken and the egg. So maybe let's think about the words. Like if the chickens are failed, they don't have eggs. But no, chicken can have eggs even though they don't have steam. And then the eggs, maybe they are not fertile or cannot be the chicken, still they are a good product. They can be for my breakfast, something like that. So don't worry about that. The hybrid model is the right one for me. What about you? I would like to have you to share your experiences, whether you started your brand first or your product or your content first. So please share with me, with us here. If you have any question also, it will be great to share and hear what people say. Or there are so many experts out there on my network, so you can ask them also which one the right one for you, and then maybe you can cooperate with them to have them as a consultant maybe. So okay, create brand to content. I mentioned about Mr. Beast before, right? But then I see that Nike, Coca-Cola, Apple, I think they have the products first, right? The brands, and then they have the people around it to build the content. Yeah, of course, most of them are like the advertisement, but then for us, if we are still a startup, and then when we only promote advertise, maybe people will see if we are authentic enough or if we are genuine enough, something like that. So we have to be careful also if you like, if we would like to build the content around our brand or about our brand, right? So because of this uh, approach actually goes well for me, because I had a fast recognition and an emotional connection. The people around me really support me in a deep connection, right? Personally also, so people will be loyal. I am loyal to them and they are loyal to me. They keep supporting me in every event that I build, even though I have the ups and downs also, right? Because I have to focus on my work also, my daily work, but they are there for me to support my events, and they become my expert guest speakers and then also become my sponsor. This is what I would like to have also from you in live podcast media. So let's work together, and I'm very happy to be with you. And then if you need my help to build your brand-led media, because I would like to build the brand-led media industry. I am into brand-led media industry now, changing a bit from the, not changing but also expand right from brand media. It is, it looks almost the same, but actually it's quite different. Also the outcomes that I would like to have. So yep, I got the fast recognition. I know many experts as I mentioned, and then beautiful connection with them. And then it seems that no matter how AI influence our content or our brands or our social media performance, still I have the authority, and I also, right, not the authority, but I also, you can trust my authenticity, what I mean. So yeah, if it is too promotional, then it's not good for me. That's why I love to build the connection first before my brand. And stay tuned, the products will be there soon. I would like to launch the products for you to help to build your media company or your media framework, I can say. So what about content to brand? Let's try to dive deeper, and then what I mean is like brand parties. Again, depends. If you have already planned your content first, or decide what kind of influencer you are. Maybe you are a food vlogger or travel vlogger or lifestyle vlogger, almost the same, yeah. Or even the health and wealth vlogger, like if you are a yoga teacher or something like that, it will be great. It will be easier and better for you to start from the egg to be the chicken, to be the brand. And yeah, it takes patience, but then maybe the brand recognition grows slower, but you become famous, you become viral, you have a lot of followers. So that's why, which one you would like to have first, right? Maybe on the beginning, most of them, when we have no big followers yet or subscribers, then maybe you were less hurt. I mean, you know, but then by the time you know which content that grows fast, which content that suits you, which brand that support you more, which brand that you would like to go to, then it will be great if you started that way as an influencer, right? It depends. So And then also, if you are consistent in creating your content as influencer, it can influence the performance, not only performance but also the exposures and the trust. The most important thing is the trust from the brands or the products to have you as maybe the promoter or brand ambassador or something like that. So yep, you have your audience, right? And then faster brand awareness you will get after that. But then again, which one that suits you more? I would like to hear your opinion. Then we are going to talk about another topic, or we can continue about this topic on the next discussion. Again, I'm Sonia from Live Podcast Media. I'm happy to see you again today. And do not forget to share love everywhere because the world will be beautiful with the love we share. Thank you so much, Blueberry, Ikem, Bioscience Bridge, and then Piece of Cake, Voice over Sun Focus, and Expert in You, Ann Carter, Jodie Krenger, Mark Stinson. Thank you. And then also Kathy Fox, and then Barry and Mike from Blueberry. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.